All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to another World News. And from a correction that thanks to Connor, he noticed it. My TikTok was spelled wrong. So I corrected it. So we all learn from each other and actually put little pictures of logos on the bottom, make it a little easier. So what does that mean? Basically, all that means on the bottom that myself, Connor, we both have TikToks, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, so we're all on there. But the best way to reach, probably, in my opinion, Connor, is probably through TikTok, because I know you do a lot on TikTok. Or would you say it's easier to reach you through like Instagram?
Yeah, definitely through Instagram DMs. I appreciate the support on TikTok, but yeah, I can't even go through the DMs on TikTok. So if you try to reach me on there, good luck.
No, that is weird about TikTok, because there's like the little thing on top tells you have these messages, and there'll be like 99. And I'm like, how do I know somebody really wants to say something to me?
Yeah, since we follow a lot of people and they follow back, that makes you like a friend, and that opens up like a chat tab, like, hey, say hello to your friend. So you have to click that off, and then once you eliminate all those, then all your messages will pop up. But you're continuously growing, so you're just gonna have to sift through it. But a lot of people will send you lives, on TikTok, and then once it's done, it's done. So it's just like basically like an invalid message. So it floods with that. But it's interesting. I see the comments for the most part, so you can always comment on the TikTok, and those are sometimes hilarious. Sometimes they make me freaking giggle in bed and just like, oh my God, this person is clever. Sometimes I'm like, this person needs help. They're like either cussing me out, or they're cussing out the person that, took the footage, or they think that I took all the footage on the whole channel. But it's very fun and interesting, especially opening up the word to that many people.
Yeah. But you guys ever want to read like fun, angry comments? Just post on Reddit. You'll get a grown man wears a hat inside the house. There's no man I would watch or follow. it's just fun. But beyond that, guys, we're actually gonna go right into the Bigfoot today. All right, before I show some videos, just want to just share this one fast screen. Tonight, Unidentified S4. He doesn't have his channel laid out where I get to see, like, he does have a link for our show, but he doesn't have a layout yet where the link for the Tonight Show is right on his front page. So I'll just put the link to Unidentified S4 in the chat. But live show with him today, 5 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be fun, and the stuff that I've heard that he talked about on Chad Smith's channel is entering his hell, because he had a UFO dream of an alien probing him last night with some pains that he woke up with. And the interesting stuff. So, me, guys, I'm going to dive deep into that. Even though it's his channel,
He had 2 black choppers going over his house this morning, too, to add on to that. Pretty wild for sure.
It is pretty wild. So we're going to be on that show tonight. Did I put it? Yeah, there it is. I put it. There it is. There's his channel, Unidentified S4, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So that's going to be a good time. So beyond that, guys, let me get this ready. Got the first video. The first video is called I got 3 of them because one of them is only 37 seconds. So I decided to put 3 out today. The first one is Hunter spots Bigfoot in Pennsylvania woods. So beyond that, let's
Pennsylvania claims he took a picture of Bigfoot.
Rick Jacobs posted this picture on the Bigfoot Research Organization.
And I did this on purpose because I know Connor have seen a lot of pictures. And this 37-second video is mostly about that picture. And I want to get Connor's opinion about this one. It's an older one, but I want to hear his opinion. So I'll finish the 37-second video, and then I'll pause it back on this picture, and we'll see what Connor thinks of it.
Website says it appears to be a juvenile Sasquatch. He took the picture in the Allegheny. I tried to say that with a straight face. He took the picture in the Allegheny National Forest, but he will not tell us the exact location. So thousands of Bigfoot fans don't show up to it. The Pennsylvania Game Commission says it appears to be a bear with a severe case of skin disease.
Okay. Now, a bear with a skin disease? I don't know. But I know this picture's a scene, but it's kind of still cool that a local news channel actually felt enough to talk about this. So, Connor, first of all, first question to you, Connor, have you seen this picture before?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite pictures. I'm pretty sure that this is one from like Google Images back in my school days, or at least like early college days when I'd be trying to show people like there are pictures of Bigfoot. But they have done like reenactments, and there have been actual bears photographed right by the same tree, and it doesn't look the same as that. So it's an interesting little picture, but of course, without all the exact details and more information, it's hard to, make a exact, authentic or not. But according to the other pictures, it doesn't match up. It's definitely something strange over there.
I do have to ask, Abducted by Aliens wrote, I'm not in timeout on this channel. Timeout? You ain't no timeout on this channel, girl. Dude, I got coconut oil behind me in this thing. So you're my coconut girl. So there is no timeout on this channel. You're awesome. Love you. Love you. And then, who else can I talk about coconut oil with? Right? If myself and Connor talk about coconut oil, people will look at us like, what the fuck? These two weirdos. And we're not weirdos. And it doesn't matter if you're into weird stuff with coconut oil either. But I'm just saying, I love my girls with coconut oil. Anybody talks about coconut oil out in the open is okay by my book. So there is no timeout. So I don't know if she's talking to me or not, but no, there's no timeout. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting picture, like, because when they say bear, first of all, it's hard to, I mean, I think in the front of the picture, I think that's the face, the lighter color, maybe, and all that. Would that be, is that part supposed to be the face?
Yeah, it seems like it's like turned away from the camera, but I could see it in multiple ways. Like, again, the butt is facing us and maybe the head is towards the tree, or or it's facing the other way, like the arms could be the legs could be the arms. It is an optical illusion. It could be two animals at once too. It's very interesting. But this definitely brings me back to the old school 7th grade Miss Shepherd's class. We finish our schoolwork early. We go over and we go on E-Bombs World and Google Images.
Yep. I just want to do also a shout out to Terry Brown. He's just not a member. He's a member of the channel, and he also donated in PayPal, and that helped allowed me to get a whole new logo being created with his help. So Terry Brown, I want to say thank you. And when that logo gets created, that's going to be, I probably will show up maybe Friday. Part of that logo you own because you helped me make it possible to actually hire somebody to design the logo. So Terry, I just want to say thank you for being part of the channel. And, and I want to thank the one time I'm talking about aliens because I see them in the chat helping people to say, hey, donate to the channel. They do good things. And a lot of people don't do that. And they did that also. And they actually, I don't know if they caused some people to support the channel, but I got some support on my channel because of them. So I want to thank you guys. Thank you for helping out with the channel. So beyond that, people, this next Bigfoot video is Bigfoot spotted in Jones County. Georgia helps in fight against cystic fibrosis.
Have a really big ally in the race to find one. As Suzanne Lawler shows you, he's recognizable and leaves quite an impression. It's a story that comes straight from the heart.
Began Chaptacular back in 2006 as a way for guys to get together and carve amazing pieces in wood. In 2012, they started raising money for cystic fibrosis. In 2019, just a couple of years ago, well, the guys created this.
Yeah, I think, wow, that's a big old Sasquatch outside.
He's not kidding. The creatures.
People, just take a second. Take a second. Look what this guy created. By hand, chainsaw, talk about love for Sasquatch. That is not no small piece of, you saw at the beginning of the video, those little birds. That thing is gigantic. I mean, listen, that is love and pressure. And I'm showing this video because it's not proof that Sasquatch is real, but it's proof enough for this guy to make something like that. Well, somebody might say, a troll might say, well, he's doing that to make people buy his products inside the store. Who gives a fuck? That is work, and that deserves people to stop by. I would stop by and take pictures with that. So I just want to say that is kick ass. Here's some more.
Stands about 30 feet tall and sits gently in Chap's pecan grove.
His head is a 35-inch poplar log that was 6 feet long, and it's on top of a telephone pole. And then the rest is built like a house framing.
This was chainsaw artist Abby Peterson's brainchild to bring more awareness to Chaptacular.
It's one of my favorite things about him. When you look at him, his face has character. You can see the glint in his eyes and the smile on his face.
Another carver made a collection box. Man, Chap put out a sign.
I would donate.
No donations would go to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. It didn't take long for the curious to start pulling onto the property.
We've kind of made a joke. We're glad they're here, but we call them Sasquatchers.
You know, people will come up, check it out, and then say, oh, well, what's that? And, you know, everybody has iPhones now, so you can look at it.
Luke Nelson is Chap's nephew, and he battles CF every day.
You have a lot of problems with digestion and getting nutrients from your food, as well as the thick secretions in your lungs.
It's a tough situation, but you know, folks did drop in dollars when they snapped a shot with Sasquatch. Those pictures wound up on Facebook, and Chap figured, well, he better check the can.
The collection box was full of money. $230 worth of $1 bills and $5 bills.
A little over $200 may not sound like much, but it is a way for folks to support a giant cause by visiting a Goliath ambassador and making a difference. Suzanne Lawler, 13.
I'll be honest with you guys, he deserved more. You imagine how long that must have taken him to do his passion? I mean, God, that had to be months.
They said it was a team of guys, of sculptors, so that's even cooler. A little less time, but a whole team of guys coming together to make that, and gals. So that's something special.
Yeah, guys and girls getting together, having and working together to get that built.
It's awesome, and it's ginormous. Like, look how big it is, and then, like you said, it has expression in its face, and man, it looks soft. You know, like I want to know that Squatch, and I definitely want to take a picture. So if you guys see me there one day, be proud.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is, I respect that work. This next one is Bigfoot in Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah,
probably is.
Religion has been passed through generations and between cultures, but is it possible that Bigfoot could be right here in the hills of Eastern Kentucky? One group seems to think so. WYMT's Caleb Noe went on a Bigfoot hunt with TJ Biscardi and his team today. They say they don't want to shoot it or capture it. They just want to prove it's real.
We looked back to see the thing. It was real, 8 feet tall, red eyes. And she took off running. We ain't seen her till next morning.
Stories of Bigfoot sightings are not uncommon in the area.
All throughout life, from when I was little up until now, I've heard many, many stories.
They're sitting out there in them woods. I know they are.
And now, the Searching for Bigfoot team is out to find it.
Think about this. What could be a better hunt than to hunt something that's got the intellect of a man and the survival skills of an animal?
They say it takes knowledge and a careful eye.
I see a toe print. See? And the rest of them are washed out.
Oh, I see.
See? And it has the same shape. It's flat-footed.
Biscardi says when they find footprints, they use plaster of Paris and cast it to use as evidence.
I don't believe that these creatures realize that their tracks are what's giving them away. Otherwise, they wouldn't be leaving them.
So he followed what he believed to be footprints up a hill, leading to the entrance of a few tunnels. He believes an underground system of caves allows Bigfoot to travel from place to place or simply hide if needed.
We're going to set up our cameras during the daytime, and we're going to put our proprietary pheromone out
to lure the creature out and hopefully snap a photo. But they say a picture would just be more proof of something they communicated with once in the past.
If he would do 3 tree knocks, then he would get 3 tree knocks back in return. If he would do 2 yelps, he would get 2 yelps back in return.
As the search for Bigfoot continues, in Campbell County, Tennessee, Caleb No, WIMT Mountain News.
The team of Bigfoot hunters will be searching for the creature in Bell County and Harlan County later this week. They ask anyone with valid tips on where Bigfoot might be to go to their website, and we have that listed on WYMT.com.
That's awesome. First of all, I want to say thank you to Too Much Information for donating $3. That is awesome. I appreciate that very much. And Paul E., I will check that out. He wrote Paranormal Highway. You should check out The Big Man of Ben Mogdy. It's the Scottish Bigfoot. Scottish Bigfoot. Oh man, I'm all in. I never thought about the Scottish Bigfoot. Oh, can you imagine having the Scottish Bigfoot wear that outfit? That would be the most awesome image ever, right? Seeing somebody dressed up as Bigfoot with the Scottish outfit and with the bagpipes.
Well, Scotland was where they invented penicillin, so I'm sure the dirty old wild man, needed that shot in his butt from time to time. So that is pretty funny. I mean, I'm interested to see the Ben McDouey.
Yeah, I want to see that so bad. now I got an image of Bigfoot singing, playing bagpipes.
Yeah,
and are doing that AC/DC song. All the way to the top, if you want to rock and roll. God, I'm forgetting names of songs. God damn, my brain is. I need more coffee with my Star Wars cup. Look at my awesome little rectangle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Nobody likes this rectangle shape, but I like it. It's all about
how many sides is it? 8 or 6? It looks like a hexagon or a
3, 4,
an octagon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Yeah.
6.
It was designed, the cup was designed to kind of look like that card game. They have a card game in the Solo movie, and they try to make it designed like the cup, or like the cards in a way, in a cup form. So I think it's cool. A lot of people don't have to, but I do. But nobody cares. Why? Because they want to see some ghosts. All right, we got some new people that just jumped in. The Nota Boss, great freaking channel. I like what she's going to be doing there. It's very, very, very exciting. Evan Johnson, Dina P, First Floor Audio, which, god damn, I keep getting blown away with his music playing. Dude, guys, he was playing a Depeche Mode song. And anybody knows Depeche Mode, they're more techno, kind of a music. And I think it was Personal Jesus, or was it Personal Jesus he was playing? Man, awesome. Just hearing that voice singing a Depeche Mode song, like it's hard for other bands to do Depeche Mode because they have that sound, There's only a few bands that I've actually heard good versions of their music. Actually, Def Leppard's Personal Jesus kicks ass too, but great job. Erica Appa, Purple Habit Board, hey, glad you're here. Did I miss anybody else who showed up? I know Scott. I think I didn't mention you last time. Paul E, BF Bud. I want to thank all of you. Of course, I thank Terry Brown for being here. So if I miss some of you, I apologize. It's hard to concentrate on the chat and here. So if I miss your name, I apologize. But we both appreciate you guys being here and all that. Enjoy the silence. Okay, not Personal Jesus. My fault. Enjoy the silence. kick-ass fucking version. My God, it was so good. Here we go. I said this on the show before. I'm not the biggest Elton John fan in the world. I never bought an Elton John album, but I respect the guy. But I respect his music now because of him singing the song. I'm like, wow, that's actually not bad. And I'm not even an Elton John fan. But beyond that, the first one is a paranormal store in Lakewood, in the nearest neighborhood in the city of quirky shops.
Tonight at 11, Lakewood is known as a community with a bit of a quirky vibe. There are plenty of odd stores and unique places to shop.
Yeah, unique is a good word for it. One of its newer stores is sure to fit right in. And if you notice a few flickering lights or maybe you feel a presence greet you at the door, don't worry. As Newsfile's Amanda Van Allen found out, that's all part of its charm.
She says she's summoning spirits.
This is right by my house growing up.
The good kinds,
Really?
of course.
I've
Our
never
goal is
been
to
there.
really like
So
not
this is
let any
heavy on my
sort
shoulders
of
right now.
idea
Terry
of what
Brown
the
is in
paranormal
Cleveland
should
right
be
now.
stop us or inhibit us.
Marley
Lakewood.
McVeigh and Jessica October, along with a few others, run the Cleveland Area Paranormal Society.
We consider ourselves spooky community outreach, so we want to hear about your ghost stories.
They've been doing paranormal tours and ghost hunts since last year.
I told everybody that I would take them on ghost tours. So I posted that on Facebook, and then a bunch of people that I did not know bought the tickets, and it sold out in about like 5 hours.
But just a few weeks ago, they decided to add a retail element to the spooky.
So let's take a look, hopes and fears.
You can have your cards read or even buy tarot cards and pick up all kinds of weird books or even dowsing wands.
Really what we do is we spend a lot of time on the internet and look for the weirdest stuff that we can find that we've never been able to see in a store, and then we throw it in the store.
And they've picked a good spot for it. Lakewood is filled with odd shops and creepy stores, and they fit right in. In addition to all the super cool stuff they have around the store, like crystals and candles, and of course the all-important spirit board, which can help you answer the question, should I give this store a try?
Better be careful.
They have lots of other things to offer.
I'm the resident artist, so I do like the sculpting classes and the wood burning classes and the painting classes. Marley teaches about tarot, how to use tarot for paranormal investigating.
So far, they say the quirky Lakewood community has embraced them, and they can't wait to see what the future holds.
The main point of Cleveland Area Paranormal Society is to explore Cleveland and to give back to Cleveland so that we have a place to keep exploring.
Amanda Van Allen, News 5.
Okay, so you guys are asking, why am I showing this? There's something cool about seeing people doing their dream. I mean, you know, you're opening up a store, right? We know certain stores that might make it or not. I mean, they're making a store based around paranormal, which, you know, society has a problem with that as it is. But it's like, fuck that. I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to do everything I can, you know. And now Connor says he lived next to that area, and now next time he goes back, he might look for the store. And, you know, those are kind of stores that I love to support, because I mean, that we all take a chance of a business, but that's taking even an extra chance because not all society is down with this stuff. You know, it's a certain kind of people like ourselves that are into this. And is there enough certain kind of people to be able to make a living from this business? And I hope it is. I hope they do it. You know,
yeah, they've been open for longer than a decade, so I think they're pretty much a staple in the community. I remember always like hearing about them, but it was like on a different side of town, so not up my alley, more my dad's alley. So I'm gonna send this to my dad and be like, hey, my co-host from Seattle found Lakewood, and I'm gonna look up what street it's on. I think it's just on Main Street, right across from the high school football field. But super cool that you found it. All of us Buckeyes in here right now are, you know, shaking in it. And Terry Brown, go to it right now in Lakewood. That would be so cool if you can report back and maybe send a video to Eric. That'd be so cool.
Oh, if he did that and show us a video of him there, I would definitely show that, because there'd be nothing more proud of somebody seeing a video and say, you know what, I didn't know that was really there, or I did know but I never went there, and actually go there and have a good time. I mean, that's That's why we show these videos around the country, around that, all the museums, because you might not even know there is a museum in your area. And you got to support people like that because they're taking a chance. So that is awesome. This next one is, paranormal investigation. It's kind of neat in a small way. It's not a very exciting video, but they're doing a class in a college on paranormal investigating. I thought that was kind of cool.
That's cool.
So I'm going to turn off that machine that just went on. So I'll play this video.
This evening, folks in Illinois had a chance to find out what it takes to search for the paranormal. It comes as local paranormal investigators hosted a class at Lincoln Trail College in Robinson.
And Demetrius Sanders was at tonight's class. He joins us now with why these investigators say there's more to searching for ghosts than many may think. Demetrius.
Mike Sadie, shows like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures have sparked interest in the paranormal across the country. And the Crawford County Ghost Hunters Society are making sure people in the valley are ready to take on this type of hobby properly. Jason Snyder has hunted ghosts since the late 1990s, and he says that the activity is gaining more popularity.
I'm going to continue, but guys, just think about this. This is at a college. Lincoln Trail College hosts a paranormal investigation class. So if you don't think there's momentum in any of this, then you're mistakenly wrong. I mean, a college is allowing them. Now, is it a hoax or not? To go to these things, you got to pay money. So to be able to do a class at a college, guys, the communities are growing. This is just part of the proof that it's out there. When you actually get to do a paranormal class at a college, even if it's 1 day or 2 day class, what I'm curious about, I actually did try calling the college. I couldn't get a hold of the right person because I was wondering if somebody takes this class, do you get college credit for it? I was trying to find out. And
they have to give college credit, because nowadays they have class for golf. They've always had class for golf, So if they're going to teach you a paranormal investigation and, there's actually like a structure to it, for sure, you're putting your time in. That counts as credit. Like that's just as serious as any other class they can offer at a university. It teaches structure, and that's all a degree actually provides is to show that you can be taught.
No, you can't leave and finish up work. Your work is to be here watching live and taking care of people in my chat. So you don't get to leave. Go have fun. I understand.
We were actually doing it before a lot of the TV shows and stuff came about, and it seems like the TV shows have kind of made it more popular.
With a growing interest in the paranormal, Tuesday, the Crawford County Ghost Hunter Society held a paranormal investigation class. Snyder says the purpose of the class is to teach people the proper equipment, techniques, and safety instructions when investigating the paranormal.
It takes like around an hour just to get our equipment set up. We're setting up monitors, infrared video camera systems, and we're just looking for any type of presence of paranormal activity.
The class is part of Lincoln Trail's community education program, where leaders say they want to expose the public to new and different forms of activities.
This is the time of year where we're starting to ramp up for Halloween, and people are thinking about the paranormal, and this is a perfect way to be thinking about that.
A community member in attendance says he has searched for ghosts in the past, and his findings has kept him interested in the paranormal.
We tried to explain things as a natural thing, whether it was a light or wasn't a light or a noise that a dog made or whatever. And sometimes there's things we just can't explain. So it's very interesting.
Now, I did have the chance to ask Snyder how often he sees something that is considered paranormal. He says it's not very often at all, but it's the times that he does that keeps him going. Mike.
All right. Thank you, Demetrius.
And that's an honest answer right there. You're not always going to get ghosts coming after you. You're going to hear voices. Sometimes it takes some work. It takes time. And that's cool to hear that answer, because I've heard people on channels. I'm not saying they're lying or not. Oh man, this happened the first night. This happened the second night. This happened the third night. And you're thinking to yourself, wow, how are you so lucky to have all this stuff happen to you? And then you hear another guy, oh, nothing happened for the first couple of days, but the third day we did hear this. That's more believable. You know, so I like the honesty on that. If you guys in that area, hey, maybe check with your own college in your area. Maybe they actually have a paranormal class. You know, I mean, you know, how often do we check college courses or classes one-offs that they're doing? They might be, you know. And then
and to any colleges out there, education programs, you know, for felons to, you know, get them back to society normal. If you need a speaker for motivation or paranormal or really anything, hire us.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome. Can you imagine us people going to our class? Oh, they'll have the funnest times in the whole freaking world. They go to our class. That'd be awesome. But guys,
there's going to be homework though. I'm going to assign a movie for people to watch. I'm going to have a 5-question
and not just a movie. You know, we'd be like a movie class. Like, we want you to go out and do your own investigation and film it and bring it to class, and we'll see it.
Oh yeah,
you know, catch it or not. That'd be fun. All right, guys, it's time for some UFO. All right, this is in the state of Florida. UFO over Southwest Florida identified.
Heck yeah.
So apparently they identify what this UFO is in Florida. Got Connor on. We'll see if you've heard about this and do we believe on what they're saying what the UFO is.
Meteorologist Andrew Shipley. I know we're about to get to weather, but before we do that, we do have to talk about all of the phone calls, messages, pictures that we've been getting from everybody throughout all of Southwest Florida, from Marco Island to Cape Coral, asking what the object was in the sky.
And it's not the aliens. No green men are coming down. It's not the Russians spying on us. You name it. We're all good. But we did receive dozens of phone calls, Elise, about this object, this mysterious UFO in the sky. Well, after a few hours of research, I have an answer to what it is. A company out of Tucson, Arizona called Worldview Space launched a stratospheric balloon from its spaceport Grand Canyon location last Thursday. Now, the balloon called the Gypsy 24 crossed the United States at a speed of about 10 miles an hour, so pretty slow, reaching here in Southwest Florida today. Now, the company says the balloon is on a mission flight, but could not comment on the details of that mission or their customer's payload at this time. Now, the balloon is currently heading south at an altitude of about 62,000 feet. Now, this same company last week, Elise, reached 1,000 reservations for human flights on a similar balloon starting in 2024, each flight per person.
How crazy is that?
$50,000 per person. You fly with 10 other people going 23 miles up in the sky.
And we know that people are going to be signing up for that.
1,000 people did.
There's going to be, I'm sure, more. But that answers your question. Yep. We always appreciate viewers calling us, and we had to get the answers for you, and that's what it is.
We did. We got them. It took. He says the balloon is on a mission.
Okay, guys. Now, maybe that is a balloon, and this company, it's going to have people sign up for this flight they're experimenting, which I looked up. Nothing, the flight never ever happened. Nothing ever happened. Is it a balloon? Is it all hype? Or was it really something? I think, I don't know, 2 weeks ago made a show like, it's easy to say, hey, that flying object, that's a balloon, that's a satellite. Is this a cover-up? Is it?
I think it's fascinating for one, because we just did a different UFO encounter right in Naples. So that same coast, right on the Gulf. Really interesting stuff. From the looks of it, it does somewhat look like a balloon. From the math of it, it adds up from that launch. We'll see in 2024 if they start sending people up. I don't believe in any of the space crap. I think that is probably a hologram, or they're using it as a cover-up. Yeah, they caught some kind of deity anomaly. But it is fascinating. It is cool. It does look like a balloon. So this one, it could be, but that could be the easy cover-up as well. But 2024, $50,000 just to go up. It's going to be really interesting. And I just want to tap in real quick. Everybody who filmed and saw and, you know, reposted that crazy phenomenon in Florida recently. It was like the SpaceX launch or something. I saw a video of it. It goes and it hits the dome. So all of that like crazy plasma, I think is some parts of the dome, and is fascinating stuff. And this is just as cool.
And just to let you guys know, this video footage was shot on May 8th, just this Sunday, my birthday. So I just want to shoot that out
and
there.
Dina Parker is like right here. I'm pretty sure saw it with her own eyes. So she heard about it, and she said it was a balloon, but that is just what the report said. So it's very, very interesting. It could be a spacecraft. It could be ourselves, a reflection.
If I had the power and money of like Discovery, like they had a show called The Mythbusters, the first thing I would love to do is take that balloon that they say it is and shoot it back up there and take pictures of it or film it with other cameras to see if it looks exactly the same. Because in theory, if that's what they say it is, then I wish we were able to shoot that up there again and see if we can recreate it. And if it does, it really is solved. Okay, it is. It is what it is, you know. But of course, we're not Mythbusters. We're not, you know, we don't have a show on Discovery. But that's one of the things I would do is try to react it. But of course, we can only do it if we have that balloon. So hey, that company out there, you want to give yourself a free commercial, you should sponsor us to do that. I'll
go up in the balloon.
Well, yeah, he'll go up in the balloon. Oh, Bigfoot Anon in that balloon? You don't think that'll sell? Oh man, two crazy nutheads want to.
I've been in a TV studio before. Yeah. Like that's all it would be. There ain't no balloon.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So guys, believe what you want on it, but it is. This next one's pretty interesting. One of my favorite actors growing up, Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd's on a show talking about how he's seen 4 UFOs. I have high respect for Dan Aykroyd. No, he's the guy who created Ghostbusters. He wrote Ghostbusters. Well, he wrote a story of it, and him and Ivan Reitman they said the story that Dan Aykroyd wrote had made a lot of changes to the final product of the movie Ghostbusters. So let's find out what Dan Aykroyd has to say.
I said if I ever meet Dan Aykroyd, I'm going to ask him about this. You believe in UFOs?
Well,
is that right?
I do. I've seen 4. And, you know, I can't say that they're alien craft, and neither can the Air Force. The Air Force has been very interested in this. They don't deny the existence of these hyperdynamic, super aerodynamic craft. They don't deny. Their anguish comes in that they can't tell you. They want to tell you everything but that they're extraterrestrial. Any excuse at all, even that they're unknown or unsolved. But the Air Force cannot just come out and admit that there are extraterrestrial beings far in advance of our culture that have built these machines. Bruce Maccabee has a book out right now. It's called The UFO CIA Connection. Or the UFO FBI CIA Connection. It's you can get it on Amazon. Bruce Maccabee is a former consultant for the Department of Surface Naval Warfare, for the division in the Navy there that covers surface naval warfare. He's a physicist. I mean, this is not some flake, and he has gone and taken meticulous research and gotten everything basically over the last, since the 40s, that the Air Force, the CIA, the FBI have written about it. And they're very interested in knowing what's going on, but they, like us, they don't know.
Have they asked you about the 4 you saw?
I didn't discuss with Bruce that, but they were definitely, there was 2 specifically were definite aerial constructs of some kind with one of them with a light and one of them dull gray. And they were structures, and one of them going very slow, one of them hovering over me, and then there were the 2 that my wife and friends and I saw a high altitude sighting many years ago in Martha's Vineyard. 2 flying side by side. They were about 100,000 feet up, and they were going fast. And I just had my driver the other day. I went to work there, you know, and I had a driver that got the driver to spare the knee and the ankle and the hip. And he said he was in the SAC command, and he was up in Newfoundland. And one night they were in the hole there where the guys would come in, and he was a cook down in there, and he would cook for the SAC crews, and they'd come in and change their shift. And one day they were all gathered around the radar screen, and this thing was going 70,000 miles an hour and doing whip turns like this. Wow. So yeah, no, I believe that like Lord, you know, the Lord Hill Norton said, that there's probably many species coming and going. and that the Air Force is very interested. They don't deny the existence, but they can't come out and say, because then you're going to go, wait a minute. The parish priest, the cop on the beat, the president, you don't got the power.
Right.
They've
got the power.
They got the power.
Right up there.
The one with that black shit, the triangle, the delta, look at it, I want to talk to them. And you'd have complete breakdown in society. The Brookings Institution in 1958 said as much. There was a study in that, and they said, you can't divulge this. You can't make that this is real. So 50% believe, 50% don't believe. I happen to be a believer because I've witnessed 4 really unexplained craft. So.
Yeah. Well, there's some applause out there. He agrees.
Maybe he saw something. Maybe.
Okay, guys.
Hey, thanks for.
What he said there is, my opinion, is right on the money. Right on the money. They want to say it. They want to say what's out there, but they're absolutely right. People will say, well, why am I going to listen to the president anymore? I'm going to listen to them instead. I mean, so society would break down if the true existence of other life somewhere else does happen. So everything he said, I was on board 100%. He said he saw it. His wife saw it. He talked about the group who's together who saw this thing flying 70 miles per hour. Are they all lying? Are they all shells? Are they all agents? I don't believe they are. I believe he's telling the truth. Everything he said about the Air Force is true. Listen, guys, I was in the military. A lot of people in the military, they will tell you that there's things they'll let you know, and there's things you will never know. Some for good reasons, some because they want it for themselves. It's just, it is what it is. So what do you think of Dan Aykroyd? You think he's bullshit? He's pulling a fast one on us?
No, I think he is genuine and very interesting, and he probably has some inside information that he really can't even share with the government on one hand, and then with us on the other hand. But I'm pretty sure he has some kind of paranormal TV show or podcast as well.
His mom, if you guys look up Dan Aykroyd's life as a kid, his mom was a paranormal investigator.
Wow.
So he grew up in the paranormal world right off the bat. So the Ghostbusters and those kind of movies and stuff was basically based on the love that he had in that field because of his parents. A very interesting thing. And it just tells you that the love that you have for your thing comes in books. It comes in movies. Movies come from somewhere. Someone who had that idea, sometimes it comes from your own experiences and you kind of just spin it off to imagination world. I mean, let's look at Bigfoot and Don Connor's books. He's got 4 books?
Yes, sir.
Based on his experiences and Bigfoot experience, all the folklore stories that he's learned, that love that comes in 2 books and stuff. So, and do you guys think that Connor's full of shit? I bet you everybody here respects and believes what Connor says. Dan Aykroyd is no different. And he grew up in that world. He's just not one day say, you know what? I'm going to talk about UFOs. No, his parents were in it. And it's kind of cool when you have parents. I know not everybody has parents or family members are into this stuff, but it is kind of cool when you have parents and family members are into this stuff. It makes it a lot easier for you to accept it and learn it. I told you guys this all the time that my family has always talked about Bigfoot in the mountains like part of the forest. So none of us grew up thinking Bigfoot's a scary monster. We should be scared of it. We grew up because family members talked about it like he's just part of nature. This is his land. So it's kind of cool when you have parents and people like that. It makes it a lot easier, right? What's the biggest problem with the public? They don't believe it, right? And you surround yourself with people with belief, especially family members, makes it easier for you. I'm not saying go quit your jobs and stuff and go out and do all of it. I mean, you can. But I really love that little. I just love how Dan Aykroyd wasn't afraid to talk about it, and I think that's kind of cool. Danny, I didn't see Danny earlier in the chat, so Danny, Corbin, I did see you, but I didn't do a shout out for you, so welcome. Nicholas, I'm glad you're here. That's awesome. And I'm trying to see if I missed anybody else. Janet, I don't think I mentioned your name earlier, but Janet's here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Beyond that, guys, we all talk about shit sometimes. Shit. Good shit, bad shit, what kind of shit. But what about cat shit? Is there a Mandela effect that surrounds itself with cat shit? Stick around. You might find out. Now it's time for the Mandela effect.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. Luke, I am your father.
I do want to apologize. I missed a couple people. I missed Justin. Like I said, guys, I apologize. It's hard to look at the chat and do this at the same time. I'm doing the best that I can. And Danny, I apologize too, because you're a great supporter. You always support it, put people's links in the channel, and there's an appreciation for that. And I always feel bad that the people actually do some extra work and put out links and stuff. And if I get your name, I feel bad. So I apologize. Paranormal Underworld. He's actually been on my channel a long time ago before, and it's overdue. We're gonna have to set something up. He's a good guy. I always liked him. I like his honesty. He's a Boston guy. I think you're from Boston, if I remember right. I know you're from the East Coast, and I think you're from Massachusetts. So you're my buddy. Now, guys, cat shit. What am I talking about? I'm talking about cat litter. Yes, I'm talking about cat litter. Johnny Cat. What about Johnny Cat? Well, you guys got to find out.
The story you're about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed. Only the names have been changed.
A few days ago, I noticed a change with Johnny Cat litter. The spelling Johnny changed to Johnny without the H. The H has disappeared.
Only the names have been changed.
Now it's Johnny Cat.
The story you are about to hear
What?
is true.
What is this shit going
Only
on?
the names have been changed.
The H is gone. I always love his music. And people, if you don't understand that, Connor mentioned it, I think yesterday, the word residue. So when they show stuff where magazines or newspapers actually had it spelled with the H and stuff, they call it residue. It means, see, there were people remembering this way. Right or wrong, is it a mistake? That's up to you to think. But when you hear the word residue, it's because they found something in an article, or a lot of people saying, look, they all remember this. That's what the word residue is meant in the Mandela effect world. See right here, there's an H there. That's considered a residue, because in the minds of, why would a newspaper make a mistake with the H? I mean, they could have. I'm just saying. They're just showing, and so when you hear the residue, that's what they're meaning by it. This one has an 8.
Only the names have been changed.
And let me go fast forward a little bit, because it's basically, the rest of the video is here like he wrote. The box says Johnny Cat right there, but they wrote Joe-8-O-H. Now, it's easy to say, well, that's how most everybody spells Johnny. That's just a habit. Okay. I mean, That could be true. Or does the guy who wrote this never remembered Johnny Cat being with the H? You know, you can't say one or other. You can't say he's wrong, they're wrong, or what. Let's go over here. H there.
Cat.
Oh, let me go back here. The old image.
Johnny Cat. Johnny Cat eliminates odors on contact. Do you mind? Johnny Cat. And a little privacy is all any cat needs.
Okay, and I want to answer, some questions from the comments. Here's a good one. Dorothy, new viewer here. Welcome aboard. I love having you here. There are so many misspelling in prints these days. I'm surprised we don't get more instances of the Mandela effect. And Dorothy, you're not wrong. I'm not here to say you're wrong. Listen. I've worked 5 years in the medical field where everything's supposed to have their T's crossed and dot their I's because there's state requirements, there's federal requirements, and there's stuff that we read in these books with misspelled words. So yes, it does happen. It does happen. But it still doesn't answer some people's memories of having two different memories of that. I mean, a memory is a memory. However we want to say, well, it's because of this, it's because of that. We can't force a changed memory on somebody's mind. And I'm not here to force any memory changes on anybody. But I thought it was interesting. And what I do is I show it. And I like to hear from people in the chat, what do they remember? So we had cats growing up, but our cat's always been outdoor cats. So we never really have cat litter. So I can't tell you what I remember with Johnny Cat. I honestly can't. But if anybody out there who's bought in Johnny Cat, do you guys have any memories of what you remember, what is supposed to be spelt right?
I wish I knew, but I don't think Johnny Cat, I don't know if it still exists to this day, but all mine is either, I was just saying this yesterday, mine, I buy the cheap chunks from like Dollar General, but my mom, she'll buy like the double cat multi-layer stuff, and she always buys me a box for like my birthday and for Christmas, and I have to use that, but I hate the smell of that.
Yeah, and you can see here it still exists. You can still buy Johnny Cat in the stores.
Wow.
So it still exists. It's still there, and the guy who invented it, could have took out the H on purpose, or maybe his name is Johnny without the H. It could be a lot of those things. But some people do have memories of both. And why not talk about it? Because maybe you're one of those people that have a memory about it. So, some people believe in UFOs. Some people don't. Some people believe in Bigfoot. Some people don't. You have good reasons why. Sometimes you don't have a good reason why. At the end of the day, it's up to you what you want to believe in. We're just sharing what other people have different memories of. I'm not here to say they're wrong or right.
It's interesting. That's all we're here to say, and it is. And I just wasn't really woke to that whole phenomenon with this kitty litter. So now, whenever I'm at the shop, I'm going to be looking for the cheap kitty litter, but also the black cat, so I can make my own little video in person.
I've had cats all my life, but also a brother named Johnny, so I can tell whether I just inserted the H when I saw the Johnny Cat litter store. Yeah, listen. Connor has a memory of the Bearstein being changed. Okay? I never read the books, so I don't really have a memory of it. But who am I to say Connor's wrong with that memory? What am I say? Something could be changed right in front of you, but if you're not really into it, do you really know? Do I really know if the Bearstein is with the E or the A? I can't sit there. So, and Johnny Cat, somebody might have a memory with Johnny Cat because they have the cat litter. So I'm not going to sit here and say, well, Johnny Cat is not as popular as the Bearstein, so I'm gonna throw that under the rug. You can't do that. A change is a change for certain people, and that deserves a much to be talked about just as much as Bear Stein. All because that's more of a bigger thing than Johnny. It doesn't mean it's not real or it is real, because all we know, Bear Stein is the fake one, and Johnny could be the real change. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to give examples of we can't always pick one saying this is more greater than the other one. You just can't do it that way. But it's interesting. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I think it's awesome. I'm going to be looking for that black cat now.
I know, right? I know. We're going to start looking at, now we're going to go in the store, right? And we're going to start looking for the cat litter box. Like, look, there's Johnny. Some people remember with an H. Is somebody in the store be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
But hey, I am so glad to see somebody new in the channel. I mean, I hope you enjoy the content. I hope you enjoy the Bigfoot segment or the UFO segments. You know, not all segments for everybody. That's why I spaced out different segments. But hopefully there's one that works for you. And I hope you tell your friends about this channel. I think one of the two best channels, top 10 channels on YouTube, is my channel and Bigfoot Anon. Definitely. I'm not just saying that because he's on my channel. Guys, watch him. Take a chance. Everybody who's never been to Bigfoot Anon's channel, and let me get his link right now. Here's Bigfoot Anon. I'm copying and pasting his channel right now.
Subscribe. Please join. Become a member if you can, you know. But if you can't, no hard feelings either.
Let me share his page.
If you can't, no hard feelings. But if you won't.
So you can see Bigfoot Anon's channel. And if you go into his video sections, I mean, he just got tons of videos. And this is what I always say. Take a trial. Go one of his videos of him walking in the forest. Now you're like, but he's walking the forest. But watch him tell you the folklore stories and what has happened on these trails. I mean, I'm telling you, it's more exciting than most channels. It's like you get educated on the folklore, on things that have happened. And you don't get that with a lot of channels. I'm telling you guys the honest truth right now. You don't get that with a lot of channels. You know, so in this channel, why we do this stuff? Some people, I do get a comment, dude, that one video is 2 years ago. Yeah, but not everybody have seen it. You can't put on the local news channel every day. You might get lucky. One day you might get a Bigfoot story. But then most of the people who might watch it might never seen that. So some of these, I hope that some of these stories that we do play could be old, could be new, could be even 7 years, 10 years old. But some of you might never seen it, might not know this happened in your area. And the idea is for you to one day, hey, that's up the road. I might check that out. That's why we do it.
Yeah, I think when we, make friends, for one, all of us represent different areas. So we make that connection. And then when we hear little tales that we can grab onto, we're not going to remember everything. But then when it's in real life or in just some kind of predicament, other situation that you hear, Akron, Ohio, you would think, all those guys from Ohio. And then you hear Seattle, Washington, you think Eric. It makes the world a little bit smaller. It makes everything a little bit closer. It makes our brains a little bit bigger. I just like being involved and interested and connected to everything.
Yep.
So I love just connecting to all of you guys. Hopefully you guys can wear that shirt too. Like when you guys are having conversations and someone brings up Florida, tell them you have a friend in Florida, because you do, in the Panhandle. And I'm the king of Central Florida too. Remember
here's
that.
the cool thing. Chris goes, saw you on the Smiths channel. That's awesome. If that's your connection into this channel, welcome aboard. That's why we do these. That's why we go identify S4 to share that we're all friends in this world. And look at this one. So many interesting channels, so little time. Just sub the Bigfoot Anon and we'll check it out later today. And you're right. And Dorothy, and you're right. You're right. And I have people who said, man, I can't make the live show. Dude, the best thing about YouTube is you can play it anytime you want. If you're in a car, play it in the background. Listen, we We can't make every channel, every show out there. It's almost impossible. But remember, best thing about YouTube, it's like an on demand. Anytime you want, it's there to watch. And go back. Connor's got some awesome clips of him going to where they made Jeepers Creepers, some places. He got some good storytelling of some haunted places. You know, there's content there. So don't ever be discouraged if you can't see it live, because sometimes it is hard to watch everything live. Listen, I'm doing this show during the day. Most of the people are at work. But doesn't mean you can't watch it at night.
In our old episodes too, like a lot of people have been here, 90% of the time in the last like 6 weeks. A lot of these people are definitely regulars, but I'm sure a lot of those people haven't seen a lot of our horror talk episodes and early folklore episodes. And it would be awesome because it's still you and I chopping it up, but it's, a younger version of ourselves and still getting there under us and still getting to know each other. And same thing, like we'd be able to watch these episodes in 8 months from now. So it's really cool. It's an archive at the very least. And that's why I write books. That's why I make these. And back in the day, I used to really be into like watching the old ones. Now, I'm all about the new, but it is interesting. And especially the people that enjoy us, we give so much content. There's so much out there. Like I enjoy a lot of podcasts, but I don't know if anybody's, doing it like we are out there, like I want to feel that, I want someone to provide what we provide, there's a lot out there that helped me through the week. There definitely is, but I feel like Eric's, this platform, this works, man. And then me in the outdoors. Yeah, it's Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
And guys, in 5 hours, 30 minutes, go to Identify S4 channel, because we're going to be on there talking it up with some aliens and talk about his abduction. It's going to be fun, be square. And guys, tomorrow, I'll probably do a Jedi is going to be appearing on the channel tomorrow, doing Star Wars reading to make you guys feel better in this world from a Jedi Sith Lord named Gypsy. He'll be out, and then we'll be on the show today. And then it's just so many things going on this week, a lot of great stuff. And beyond that, I don't want to keep you guys here any longer. We love you all, and we'll see you next time on the Paranormal Highway.